everybody. It's been a couple weeks since I did a podcast, so I'm a little out of it. I don't know. It takes me some time to get into the groove, I guess, because I'm doing artwork all day, and it's just hard to shift gears sometimes. So it might take me a little bit. But anyway, just to let you know, I did go to Boston a couple weeks ago and did a podcast out there on Faith Flow podcast with my buddy Junior, and I'm going to put that up. I didn't have a chance to because I've been so busy painting bikes, and I haven't had a chance to put that stuff up yet on my page because he shared the videos with me. And it was a really good experience. It was good to be on someone else's podcast and actually have someone interact with you. It was definitely, it flowed easier because I was able to talk to somebody. That's why I said, like, me being here, just talking to myself is complicated. So for the people out there that's doing YouTube and they're like helping people and they're talking by themselves with no like outside people, like there's nobody behind these cameras helping me. It's just me adjusting the lights, adjusting the cameras, making sure everything looks okay. And that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work in the editing. That's why my editing is not up to par yet. It's not bad, but it's not like, zooming in and out and all that stuff. It's, to me, I feel it's not necessary anyway, because I really just want to teach and show people how to do and be better in life. So what's the sense of having all this added entertainment editing to keep you, I guess, still? And a lot of people can't stay still for more than a few minutes because they're so full of anxiety because of the way the world has produced entertainment for people that it makes them not be able to pay attention. And I would love for you to pay attention to my videos because I'm here to help you. And I care about people, especially the way the world is going right now. It's really, it's insanely evil. So for the people that I try to reach out to and tell them, just be right, just be good, just be a right-minded, righteous person in this world until God comes back, you will be doing the right thing. Because as you can see, the world is falling quickly. So why would you join in by watching it and watching it burn? Instead, you could be a light in the midst of all this evil. Be somebody that's great. Be somebody that stands out from the crowd. That's what the word holy means, is someone that stands out from the crowd, basically. Yes, it does mean other things when it pertains to God, but when it comes to us, when you stand out and you are a person that is someone that can genuinely be trusted, God looks at that and does love that. So, kind of getting off topic, but anyway. So this company right here, Boost Gangster, is someone, a longtime friend that is starting a new company, doing great with it, and I just wanted to start to show some of the stuff that we've been working on, and this, how do you say it? It's brought to you by this company today, Boost Gangster. You can go on boostgangster.com and check out. It's like still in its beginning stages, but there's a lot of new things coming from them, and it's going to be a great opportunity for people to get on board and possibly get sponsored in the future. It's a very positive outlook. I know it says gangster, but there's a lot different meanings to that. But yeah, check out the website. I'll also put the link in the description, boostgangster.com. And what else was I going to say? I think that's it for right now. I have a lot of things coming up in the next couple of months, and I'm not going to say anything to you about it. That's all I'm going to say. But it'll be a surprise. It'll be fun, and I'm going back to what I originally wanted to do when I was younger. And but you'll see. You'll definitely see from Facebook, Instagram posts, YouTube posts. You're going to see. And if you could too, to help push the movement, the Killer Creations movement, if I'm going to put the link in the description of that as well, and do follow me and subscribe and share on YouTube, the Killer Creations YouTube channel, because a lot of cool things are coming from that too. So today, it feels like I'm in church and I'm making announcements. Today, hold on, I got to get a drink of water. Dang. So now that all the announcements are made for church, I wanted to talk about starting over, starting your life over, no matter where you are in life. And a lot of people, no matter how old they are, depression sits in, especially when you get older and things don't go your way. You start to see life in a more different view, like a different lens, and you start acting, hopefully, you start acting differently, you start acting right towards people, you start to know and understand forgiveness, and you start to really put the effort forth to change who you are as a person. Hopefully, not everybody, but hopefully you listening to this really see what I'm saying and see the real true meaning of life and what life is here on this planet. Why? Why do we do this stuff? I have eight things that I want to say that can really change if you try, though. Like, I know a lot of people will see these videos and hear these videos, and I hate to say it, a good amount of people are so entertained and overly stimulated that they can't stay and focus for good information. And this is what I always try to bring to the table is good information that's going to change your life if you want it, though. You have to want something. You can't just hear something and go, oh, that was cute, or that was really nice, or that was inspirational, and then you don't change from that information. That is a problem with many people across the board. That's why people are still out of shape. This is why people are still sick. People are having depression because people don't want to change, but they do want a quick fix, and that's always a pill or alcohol or some kind of drugs. That's why a lot of people are in Philadelphia and Kensington. They're down on the avenue, and they don't have an answer. They don't have a true answer because even the professionals are medicating them. So the so-called professionals are saying, here, take this medication and it'll wean you off it, but we still don't have an answer why we're living life the way we are. We still don't have an answer why there's pain and suffering. I'm trying to tell you that I have an answer. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not saying that I am perfect. I'm saying that I have an answer that actually makes sense. And it makes more sense than religion and political views. It makes more sense than science. And I know people are going to hate me for that one, but science answers everything. It doesn't. But I'm going to make a video about that, how I feel and how I see and perceive science through this world, like the way scientists act and what they think is going on. But anyway, I don't want to get off topic. So I'm going to give you eight things. The first thing is, which I always had an issue with, not like a bad issue, but when I was younger, when everybody's younger, you think you know everything. And that's a pride issue. That's where it makes a lot of sense with the Bible and God, is that humanity, in the beginning, when we fell away from God, we became prideful, saying that we know better, God. We know better than you. So we're going to do our own thing. And that correlation it shows up in our kids. So when we're parents and we say to our kids, we're trying to show you and teach you the right way. And what do kids do? They go, I know it. I'm a know-it-all. Basically, they say it with their attitude and the way they act. They say, I know better than you, so I'm going to do my own thing. And then we have to, as God does with us, gives them free will, and hopefully they make the right choice. Even though we put it inside of them, we told them, please do the right thing. Please do this. Please do that. Right? So when I was younger, of course, I thought I knew everything. I'd have my own plan. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like I did bad things to get money or do things like that. But I'm saying, like, as far as business, I messed up a lot. So I messed up a lot, and now I'm paying for it, and I'm still paying for it in certain ways. But I did see something in myself that I said when certain things happened in my life. I said, I have to look at myself. You have to. You have to be brutally honest with yourself and say, yes, you messed up. I messed up. No one else. I took it upon myself to do certain things or act a certain way or, be angry about something that's stupid. And I had to look at myself and say, I have to change myself. Do I still make mistakes today? Yes, absolutely. Every single day. Some days are better than others, but what I'm trying to say is, like, you won't be perfect, but you can be genuine in your heart and your mind, saying to yourself, I need to change. So if there's small things that you can see yourself changing. I always say small things because a lot of people stay depressed because they don't know how to come out of their thinking process because they're so good at thinking negatively or bad, either about themselves or life, that they've gotten better at it. So your brain automatically goes to the negative. But if you can take small steps and say, no, it's not true, and don't agree with the voice inside your head that says you are this or that, or your past defines you, which a lot of YouTubers say that too, there is a starting point where you can start over. You don't have to start over and get everything right, but you have to look at yourself and say, what can I change about myself? Little things. Like, I'm going to tell you something right now. What I really hate is when I text people or I message people and they don't answer me. That's a problem. That shows that the other person has no respect. Even if you just, like, if I say to someone, have a great day, I mean it. I'm trying to give them some, I don't know, some like love and appreciation in some sense, whatever. And if they don't even answer you back and say, hey, have a great day too, or they just say thanks, like, no, I'm not, I know I said don't give to get, but still in a situation like that, if you're that type of person, you should change yourself. You should really look deep down inside you and say, you know what, that's kind of ignorant. Let me change myself. Stop being so bitter and angry at the world. Not everybody's bad. Even when I'm having a bad day and someone texts me and they're in a good mood, I still, in that moment, I still text them back and go, yo, I'm hoping the best for you, whatever, have a great day, whatever. You still have to be like appreciative of that person. This is where we're going wrong. Even on a small scale, like people don't know how to be respectful. It's like anything, just like learn how to talk to people. That's one good place to start. Learn how to talk to people, because from TV, drama TV, which I hate all these production companies that do TV, because that's all they say, people want drama. No, you taught people how to want drama because you're evil. Production companies are all evil, just letting you know. Just putting that out there. I don't care who comes back at me. I don't care. Most production companies are all evil, and all they want to do is divide people, divide families, and cause havoc, and then leave after their pockets are filled with money. So stop learning from TV and drama and what you're watching on the phone. I'm telling you, scroll past it. Try to scroll past it. I get too caught up in seeing people doing evil things all day, like all this nonsense that they go out and they just, break into stores and destroy people's property. And they think it's fun or funny. No, it's actually very evil. And do you think that, how long do you think that's going to last? Like, how do you think God is, God is patient. That's one thing. But I'm telling you, if you don't change that type of mentality, you're going to go down with that same group of people as well. So like I said, just the first part of it is understanding that, that you need to change. A lot of people don't know they need to change. They just stay ignorant and they think they're fine. Let them be. Just those kind of people don't hang around with. I'm telling you that right now. Do not hang with those kind of people. You can say, hello to them. Don't be ignorant. Always treat them nice. But people that are going to bring you down, because I heard that saying somewhere where it's like, you can't necessarily always bring people up all the time. Like, get them in a good mood or whatever. But those type of people will definitely bring you down to their level, whether they know they're doing it or they're doing it on purpose. Like they're like trying to do it or they don't know they're doing it. It's just those kind of people, like I said, they practice negativity and evil and they get better at it. So it's like, I would suggest to you, the first step is like understanding what you need to change, what people say about you, and like, not in a bad way, but what people say, like, hey, you kind of do this and that, whatever. Take that as, what was it called? Constructive criticism. Don't be mad about it. Don't get all offended by it. Take it and go, you don't have to say anything then and there, but take it inside quietly and say, okay, I see what they say. Maybe I should work on changing. Let me see. So like step number 2 is, what I've always done was, and of course, one is read the Bible. Like I always still read the Bible all the time, but so much information in the Bible actually instructs humanity how to act, not just Christians, not just Catholics, humanity. But people don't pay attention because they want the church to read the Bible for them so that they think they did the right thing and then they can go home and act the way they want. That's not how it works. I know there's a much larger conversation in that, and I know people are going to, come at me for that too, because I've had some people say this and that. But anyway, you should find what I'm trying to say with even reading the Bible and like seeing how you should treat humanity is find people that are good, not people that are like, doing the wrong thing all the time. Like, the saying of show me the 5 people you hang out with and I'll show you your future. That's a true statement. Because if you hang around people that are not, they're not necessarily bad people, but they have no goals, they have no good information to tell someone, they're not emotionally prepared or secure in their life, like they're not right for you. You should be their mentor, if anything. But you should never be a follower of people that are not going anywhere in any direction with good relationships, whatever, and they have no good information to give back to you. So what I say is like to find people that can be your mentors. I always said it, mentors are the best thing. And you can take bits and pieces from each mentor. You don't have to just stick with one guy. You can, one man or woman, it's like really connects with you, then you can stay with that person and it's fine. And then they teach you and then you ask them questions and they show you. But make sure they're good. Like you can discern what's right and wrong. There's no one's that dumb. I don't want to hear it no more. Like people are like, oh, got to pray for discernment. Like, no, we all have an understanding of what right and good is, good and evil is and whatever. I hate that. It's like it's always, we have to make the decision. We're not that stupid. We're very smart as human beings, very intelligent beings. We're lazy. We're lazy and we don't want to be held accountable. That's the problem. But you know what's right and wrong. So it's like step number 2 is I would say definitely read books, find a good mentor, change yourself in small steps like how to interact with people, look at those things and study those things. Take good information and then apply it to your life. What applying to your life means is you practice it. I think a lot of people don't understand what it means. There's that sound again. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But anyway, so you can take that, information and you apply it to your life, meaning you practice every day. Like if you go out into the world and you read a good book on how to communicate with other human beings or people, however, and you went out into the world, like I do all the time, anybody I see that I can interact with or say hello to or start a conversation or tell a stupid joke that I think is funny, but they might not, I don't care. I'm going to try it anyway. You do it and in hopes that you're connecting with another human being to make them feel good about themselves or want it or appreciate it. That will bring them out of depression. A lot of times it does, but because we practice evil so much, so many human beings practice evil all the time, every single day. Let me be bitter. Let me be mad. I hate the world. I hate everybody. I hate the world too sometimes. But what I mean is I'd much rather practice good, right-minded things upon humanity every single day. I don't want what the world is dishing out. I don't want what AT&T and all these phones are showing us, all the crap that we say, the real problem is politics and who's in office. No, it's not really. It's these phone companies and in these higher up people that think they're intelligent and they're telling us what to do. Like I hate it every time my phone tells me my headphones are too loud. Like who are you to tell me my headphones are too loud? They're not. They're not. To me, they're not. They're fine. I can hear perfectly fine. I rant, but anyway, yes. So it's like to understand, find someone that can teach you or read books, take it upon yourself, and then practice doing the right thing in conversations, in life. And I'm telling you, you'll see your life changing, especially when you have a problem. I noticed there's a saying that says, like if your arm is chopped off or your hand is chopped off, go and help somebody with no arms. It's just, a metaphor, but it's like, it makes sense. Like you'll see your problems kind of melt away when you see that you're helping someone in some sort of way. And not to get anything back from it, but to help someone, you'll see that someone else is also suffering way more than you. And that's the thing. It's like the world is suffering for a reason so that we can all help each other. And, you want to experience God, then you have to be like God. We want to see God, but we're seeing God right now. Every person you look at is in the image of God. So it's like we have to imitate God's love. And that's why I talked about that in another episode. It's like love is understanding. It's not jealous. It's not envious. It's not slow to anger. It's always loving. It's always forgiving. Like that's what we're not experiencing because evil is overrunning and people are siding with evil more than they are with good. So that's, part 3 of it. Part 3 is part of like part 2 in a way. I wrote all this stuff down because I'm way more prepared now. But it's just like the gym. I said, you got to practice good character. Practicing good character will always bring you, even your mindset, just to a better way of being. Like seeing someone and being happy to see them, shake their hand and be genuine about it. That's what it is. That's what this life is about too. It's like it's about being a genuine person. Stop being fake. If you're fake, stop being fake because it's annoying and everybody knows you're fake. Just be real. Like, you know what I mean? It's like when kids, they smile for their school pictures. It's like, we know it's fake. Smile naturally. But yeah, so step 3 is practicing good character, and every day you'll get better at it. It's like I said, it's the same thing as being in a gym. You can't go to the gym for 2 days, 3 days and expect a perfect body. But you can go to the gym for about 4 or 5 months and expect a lot of change physically and visually. You'll see it. It's the same thing with your character and who you are as a person. If you practice a better mindset and you practice being in that set, then you'll see a big change in yourself and you'll feel a lot better every day. And it doesn't mean you're not going to go through bad days, but just don't stay there. Don't stay in the bad day. Come out of the bad day and change it. I mean, like I said, you might want to not be bothered one day. That's fine. I have the same days and I want to stay to myself, but it energizes you. Like you do need a day off. That makes a lot of sense that in the Bible, it says, you have your 6 days on and 1 day off. It does help you. I've noticed that greatly. When you do absolutely nothing for 1 day, it really does re-energize you. 4 is also a part of changing who you are. Because I know a lot of people, so many people, and it's true, that learn how to forgive. Learn how to forgive. And because if you hold on to all these problems, I did for a while, especially with business. I hated my business. I hated my business because it put me in such a horrible position. So it's almost like I had to forgive myself as well. But I forgave a lot of things because I was mad because things weren't going my way. And that's where I think a lot of people are stuck too, because they stay in this bitter way and they don't trust anybody and they're unforgiving. But we all make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, even the worst mistakes. Like, you have to be able to forgive so that you can move on and still treat other people that you haven't even met yet with fairness. Because once you hold on to this bitterness and you're not forgiving, a lot of people that come your way that's genuinely good, you might not let them in, and it's harder for you to let them in because you're waiting for them to make a mistake. But you make mistakes. So it's just the degree of mistakes we make. And then that also shows you, though, who to stay away from and avoid. Because if people are just making mistakes and they're purposely evil, guess what? Let God deal with them later on. When it's over, we're all dealing with God. So I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say, because I'm telling you right now, we will all deal with God, because we're all going to pass away. Anybody that thinks they're exempt from everything because they do a whole bunch of stuff and big brownies at the church sale, guess what? That doesn't mean you are exempt. Just because you do a whole bunch of things, like you're going through the motions because a group or a church tells you do this, do this, do this, do this, and do that, and then you're all right with God. It is your behavior too. It's your behavior at a genuine, like, state, a genuine, not fake. That's why I said, if you're fake, stop being fake. Learn how to be genuine, because you can be genuine. People just don't want to. But yeah, learning to forgive and accept forgiveness too. Like, that's a big thing. Accepting forgiveness from people that have done you wrong. And that's a big thing. That's a big thing that'll open your life and open your relationship status way more. I know there's a lot of fake people out there now, and all they want to do is dance around half naked on TikTok. And it's going to be hard to find a loyal person, a legit loyal person, because no one knows what loyalty is. They do not know what the definition of loyalty is. And it's sad to say that. The fifth thing I was going to say was stop chasing like value through material things, money, and labels, who you are. Like I always say before, like, I think a lot of people are depressed too because they look out into the outside world. It's like you see Facebook and you see everybody doing stuff. You see everybody having a business, or you see everybody pursuing a singing career or an acting career. And it's like, now these people get to this point. Now you think like people up there, like, oh my gosh, like you're starstruck. You're like, they're the greatest thing ever. No, they're still people. They're just in a different state because they chased a dream. So, but that doesn't mean that you're a loser or you're a failure. That's why it makes so much sense that Jesus said, don't pursue them either, because here in this world, you can get them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it gives you more value. You might have more money, but that doesn't show anybody else how much of a person or a great person you are or what you could be. So it's like, stop. If you're broke, you can still be a great human being. I know people that are broke. I'm broke. I try to be good to everybody I know. It's like, but you put this heaviness on you. Like, you put this, what's the word I'm looking for? You put this pressure on yourself to demand that you make something happen. Like, and you don't have to. Just get a job and do something with your life, and just be the best person you could be in that job. Be the best parent you can be in that family, or, be the best brother or sister, whatever. Like, just look at yourself and go, I am not going to define myself by money, a label, a car, whatever. That doesn't show someone how great you are. And sometimes when you're famous and you have a lot of money, it actually changes you to be worse. Like, because you've reached this status, you think you're better than everyone else. And that's a bad way to think. It really is. And I feel a lot of people should come down off that horse, because everybody, like I said, everybody's going to be judged. We're all going back to the same place. We're all going to pass away, and you're not stopping it. I don't care how much money you have. You're not stopping it. And there is something coming, and I'm not totally clear on what comes after this. I do have a lot of well thought out words for that, but that's a conversation I'd rather have with someone so that we can have a conversation about it and it sounds normal. But yes, like, stop putting that pressure on yourself, just thinking that you have to make a certain amount of money, that you have to be a famous person, because I think that's why a lot of people turn to drugs and alcohol and other things, because they think, well, since I didn't make it, I'm a loser, that I'll never amount to anything. Because I hear a lot of people say, I pray to ask God, what's my purpose? Your purpose, everyone's purpose in this life, I'm just telling you right now, this is the main goal. Love God with all your heart and love your neighbor like you love yourself. That is the main goal, because there is no other purpose. God's not putting you on the earth to become the best, X Games dirt bike rider. Like, he's not putting you there. That's your goal. That's your dream. That's something that we've created. That's something that humans created in this earth. God don't care about that. What God cares about, really, is all of his children getting along. And as you can look through this phone every day, you can see the evil that's in this world, that no one's getting along. There's a very small piece of people that are getting along. Very small. Even in the religious community and all these religions, they're fighting too, because they don't understand humanity. God started humanity. He did not start a religious thing. We started religion to get back into God's good graces. Like, oh, I did this, God, look at me. I'm doing this, and I'm lighting a candle, and I'm praying on beads. Like, God don't care about that. It's your behavior. I'm telling you right now, you have been lied to for so long that this is what you think. You got to do a whole bunch of things to make God happy. We have to treat each other right. We have to treat each other right. This is why you're seeing the world fall, because we are falling away from what God initially put in place. It's not hard. It really isn't hard. But because you're so dumbfounded and entertained by this phone, and whoever just comes on the TV and tells you this and that and some weird, their weird theory on how life is, I'm telling you stuff that makes sense. It really makes sense. You don't have to go to college to know what's right and wrong. You don't have to go to college or have some kind of degree. Just because I don't have a degree or some kind of piece of paper that tells you that I'm a professor, I can have a conversation with Jordan Peterson. Guaranteed I can have a conversation with Jordan Peterson and it would make sense. I wouldn't be all dopey and dumb. And I'm sure he would respect me because I do know what I'm saying. And it's people don't care enough to listen. They want to just be entertained. That's our problem. Because you can make fun of people all day that are on drugs and alcohol, but you're also addicted. Everyone's addicted to this. Everyone. Even me. On a small scale, even me. I can pull away. I can put this away for the whole day. I don't really care. But once I get locked in, I get locked in. It's not good. It's really not good. And everybody cannot pay attention for more than 5 minutes to something that's actually valuable for your life. I'm only on 6. So the 6th thing I was going to say was depression. People, because they don't understand this life and maybe are not, like I just said, are not making it with money or status, they get depressed. You can get depressed. You can get down. One, because you miss people or things happen in your life and, you want to see those people again. But depression doesn't mean that it's just a feeling. It's an emotion that makes you feel that there's something wrong. Something's missing. A parent passed away or a great friend passed away, and now they're not there no more. So your body is going to react. There is such thing as good and evil, good and bad. I don't want to hear that there's no such thing as good and evil and that we made it up. No. If I stab myself right now with a knife, it's going to hurt, and I'm going to say, why did I do that to myself? I don't like it when people dismiss there's evidence here. There's evidence. That's the evidence that there's something here. There's a system trying to teach us, and it's God trying to teach us through the system of life. What do you want from life? What do you want from life? Do you want the horrible nonsense that evil human beings do to each other? Or do you want to be able to trust someone? Do you want to be able to not lock your doors at night? Do you understand what I'm saying? But depression comes from not really knowing why we're here. I do really feel that because it's anxiety that builds up going, I don't have an answer and I'm running out of time. That is the problem with depression. But once you see life through a lens that, wow, God wants to give us much more than this small life that we have. God wants to give us so much more. Look at my kids. My kids are great. I understand too that if there's certain kids in their positions that are sick, and people will say, why does God do that? God doesn't do those things. This world is broken. I know people don't want to hear it, but in an eternal state, God will make everything right. But God has to let things unfold here so that we can see what right and wrong is, so that we can say, God, I want the right. I want the good in my life. I want the good forever. I want the right things for an eternal thing. Like, I don't want this no more. I don't want my kid to be sick, or I don't want my friend to die. I don't want my mom to die. I don't want these. But God has to show us pain. God has to show us pain in order for us to come to a conclusion that we will stand up and fight for what is right. I'm telling you, it's such a truth. Once you understand that, the depression will start to leave. But you have to understand, you have to practice not being depressed. Look at what you have, not what you don't have. I'm happy. You know what I mean? I want it to be a lot more in my life. And I started to see like it's not necessary. I like the things that I do. Some of the things I like and they're fun, but it's not necessary to have all those things in order to be happy or not depressed. But I would say I'm not saying it's easy. I know that I don't want you to think that I am just dismissing your problem. I'm not dismissing you feeling down or sad or depressed or empty because there's like a missing piece of your life. All I want to say is that you can be the piece that's missing in someone else's life. That should bring you a lot of happiness. Like, it shouldn't be making you depressed. And it's sad for people that stay in that state. And like I said, because you practice it, once you get depressed, you feel lonely or whatever, you practice and you stay that way. My father did that for the longest time. He would not come out of the house. When our mom passed away, he would not leave. He would not do anything. He wasn't the same person. And he practiced being depressed. And that was a hard thing to watch, you know. And I just want to say that to people, like, you can change, but you have to dig your feet deep. Like, you have to like dig down deep and go, I am going to try. I'm going to try no matter what, no matter if you're embarrassed, if things don't go your way, you keep trying. That's what you do. That's what makes you pull out of the situation. Are you going to have sad days? Yes. We're always going to have something. Life's not going to be perfect until God says he will make it perfect. And let me see, 7 is stay committed after the excitement fades. I always say this. And someone said that
right?
I gotta look for it. There's a football player that said it. He said, oh my gosh. Oh, Inky Johnson. Inky Johnson said it. He said to be excited after the moment is gone. Like, you know how people get hype. Like, I get hype in the moment. Like, I'm like, oh man, I'm ready to do this. Every year when we all used to go to SEMA, the big car show in Vegas. Every year I was so hype. The moment was there, you know? And you get there and you do your thing and you show off all your stuff. And after that, you know, the moment fades. People are like that in the moment. They're like, yes, I want change in my life. I want to do this. But what happens when the hard day comes? What happens when God says no to something that you prayed for? That doesn't mean God doesn't love you. Any good parent doesn't give their child everything they ask for. And this is why people leave religion, because they don't understand God. They really don't understand what the Bible says. And it's like you have to stay with the same drive for changing yourself when you don't feel like it. Like, every morning I wake up, not every morning I want to wake up. Like, there's thoughts in my head which come to me and say, it's not going to be a good day. I don't listen to that voice. and I stay in the moment where like I try to get that moment back every time I feel that the voice in my head is telling me not to do it. I say to that voice, I'm like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm still going to do it. Even if nothing happened today or this week, if nothing happened the way I wanted it to, that next week I'm putting in double time. You have to stay just as excited the same day that you said you're going to make that change. The same day that you said you're going to make that change in your life. You have to stay consistent. You have to stay consistent, and you persevere. That's the right word, persevere. And you stay persistent, and you keep going. You keep going. Don't stop just because something happens. Don't let that dream fizzle out. Don't let that change that you want to be a better person, to be a better human being to everybody fizzle out. Don't let it happen. Don't let other people change your mind. Don't let other miserable, mean, evil people say, oh, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Don't let them. There is those people out there. Just avoid them. That's just what you have to do. The last thing I wrote down, the 8th thing, and it should have been 7 because 7 is the number of completion in the Bible. That would have been better, but the 8th thing is to get to know God. And the reason why I made that last, it wasn't because I don't have respect for God, or I feel that once you push God first, people get turned off because they don't understand God. So I say it last because I'd rather explain it in a human way and then say, this is why I say these things. Because God does want better for us, but we all have free will, and God is expecting us to come around. But when you understand God's plan for us, it's easier to fight during times of challenges or hard times, whatever. And it's like, it's easier, I'm trying to think the way to say it, but if you say, sometimes when you say God right away, people don't know how to react because they don't have the same information that you have. So I have a lot of information about God inside of my brain, and I understand what I'm saying, but does the other person understand what you're saying? So I always say, if you're compassionate and you're understanding enough to talk to the person as a person, stop right away giving them this kind of religious Band-Aid to put on their life without any other information. And then when they go into this religious Band-Aid and they do everything they're supposed to do, they'll still feel empty and incomplete because they don't really understand the full goal of things. Because you run out of steam. I mean, you can go to church all the time. I know people that go to church and they still feel depressed. They still feel like, why do I feel like this? And I've been praying and doing all this stuff because life is not perfect. And God's not wanting us to live a perfect life. He wants us to live a genuine life. And, love God, know who Jesus is and all this, and love your neighbor like you love yourself. That statement right there makes a lot of sense to me. Why would Jesus even say these things? Why would he? Because he's from somewhere that's not, it's in the heavenly places that we do not understand or grasp yet. We only understand everything here on earth. And even that, to have understanding of what good, right, and wrong is and what a moral compass is, that says a lot. That says there's something inside of us all. There's a programming inside of us all that we know. That's why I said people are dumb. People are acting dumb. Like, I didn't know any better. You do. You just don't care. But for those people that want to change their life and care, all these things I just told you make a big difference in your life. And if you want things to change, please listen to me. Like, I'm not trying to get anything out of anybody. I don't want money. I don't want anything. I don't want to... there's no like weird thing from me that I want from you. I want you to do better. I saw something in me a long time ago that I needed to change, and I was like, man, I want to help other people change like I changed. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm better than I was before, though, and that's a big thing. So to those out there listening to this, I hope it helps you, and I hope you share it with someone else. And I would like you to and subscribe to the channel and just help other people, because this world is really falling apart. And it would be good to show people that there is genuine people out there, great, good people, and I will still keep putting good things into the world while the world wants to dish out evil. Until next time.